Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker with your tarot card reading for the next new moon phase from 27th of August until 10th of September. It's Virgo season and this new moon will also be in Virgo, so Pisces, it's probably a little chore for you because you're more dreamy and intuitive and all this structuring and down-to-earthiness probably is gonna put your sun sign a little in the background. Probably your ascending or something is going to take over. We'll see. However, during the shuffle beforehand, the Magician and the Chariot popped out. So something within you, your Pisces nature, is very much determined to make this work and to put things into action, to manifest, right? To get something going in this reality, to chase your dreams. That is a very beautiful way of thinking about this, very structuring energy as a setup for the big thing, right? That being said, it is a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does resonate with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Also, share this reading to whoever might enjoy this reading style. I don't do love readings though. If love comes up in this reading, that is on you because you are manifesting it, and I don't want you to project anything into your reality that is not supposed to be there just because I say so. However, love is always a part of it, right? It's always about self-love and this then attracting people into your life that kind of help you grow. So it's always around. That's exactly why I don't want to focus on it, but I rather focus on your soul growth. So let's see. In the DNA spread, the spirit axis is in the middle and the energies balance around the middle axis. So in the spot of the 0, you are looking for something to make you happy. You're trying to manifest something long term here. That's a 10 of Pentacles. It is in reverse though, so your soul is basically posing the question, why hasn't it happened yet, or what needs to happen to really set this into stone, right? Because it seems that you are in a very happy energy, right? You are in that 10 of Pentacles. Something is off with that energy though, and you're trying to rectify it, trying to put a system into place where you can say like, okay, now it is working. Now I can settle down with this, or now this feels stable. Like this is not going to be taken away from me like maybe it did in the past or whatever. Because what you need for that 10 of Pentacles to feel real, it needs to feel stable. It needs to feel long term. You need to be sure that it's here for good, right? Because that's like the sort of Damocles, right? Where you got it all, you got it like a beautiful feast, but there's that sword on a horsehair dangling above your head, and you're supposed to enjoy your meal. How does that work, right? If you're under constant stress, if that might like break or whatever, no, you got to enjoy the moment, but that's like this being in the moment is sort of bogus, right? If you think about it. You want the feeling of something that you like, where the idea is for it to stay and be like provide stability. So it needs to stay, it needs to be long term, right? And you got to get a hold of that sense, like really, put into place a system and whatever that provides that stability. So let's see what this reading is about. In the spot of the 9, there's a 2 of Wands, also in reverse. However, it's kind of like if Spirit is telling you to deal with a lack of direction in what you truly want, or like where you're gonna go, then it's probably trying to tell you that you don't need that sense of stability, right? You need to deal with living in the moment. You like just have to enjoy it, right? And that exactly is what is gonna, project this being there to stay. Because if you're doubting that it's gonna last, then you're giving energy to it breaking and falling apart, right? So Spirit is kind of urging you to like go with the flow here in a sense. Let's see how this further manifest. In the spot of the manifestation right here in the 10, there's a Father of Cups in reverse. which is interesting, right? Father figure in manifestation. Yeah, well, a father is in manifestation. It always seems like a father figure in your life, or authority, whatever. A Father of Cups, however, is more about openness and wholeheartedness towards your emotions, which is here kind of delayed, or someone you're dealing with is actually not exactly, or too much in their feels, not exactly mature enough to deal with their feelings the right way. So someone is not exactly providing that stability because they're kind of wavy in how they experience emotions, right? So that's why you don't feel exactly safe in this, because you always get the sense that something is off, because that person, or how you stand towards that person, how you interact with them, always feels kind of yeah, like there's friction, right? Because someone is trying to deal with their emotions and not exactly capable. And that could be you, could be them, could be both. But it very much fits into the narrative of this Virgo season, right? So also with, what is it? I believe it's Mars that is gonna go retrograde. That is then fucking with the Gemini energy and trying to get things going. But then Gemini wants you to contemplate and blah. So the entire astrology right here in September is very, very much about friction. So this also will show in our social structures right here. So if you're dealing with father figures, or like with very masculine energies, doesn't have to be a male, it can, but a very progressive way of showing their feelings or your feelings, that is not exactly on top of them, let's say, then this is going to create friction in your life, right? And that's, of course, not exactly providing that sense of stability if it's wavy and up and down or whatever. But it's probably for the better. It's probably going to teach you something about what you truly want and what you truly need, what you just believe to want. Let's see. In the spot of the one, there's the Temperance in reverse, so being very fucking impatient. Why the fuck isn't, like, this is like, it's supposed to be good. Why the fuck isn't it working now? Like, how do I make this happen, right? And this, like, generating something with long-term stability, it can be a relationship, but it can also be a project, right? And since it's a Ten of Pentacles, it's probably the total package. Is you creating a life where you're just like, I don't want to wait until this pays off. I want it to pay off now, and I need to fucking work on this. And yeah, but you need to stay in balance also. Temperance talks about balance, and if you're not in balance, then that's going to create friction. However, this is balanced by a Four of Pentacles in reverse. Well, a Four of Pentacles in reverse is resources getting thin. It's like that structure is not exactly in place, and where you're like, that's exactly what's making you uneasy, right? But it's you, like, it's asking you to trust that things will work out, and not like, it's not about stagnation, right? Patience is not about stagnation. You can still do things. You should still work on stuff. But it's more about being at ease with the feeling of uncertainty, right? And maybe rethinking some structures with that Four of Pentacles in reverse, right? Taking some risks, like doing shit differently, right? And yeah, there's also a card of networking, especially in that deck, you see, like there is that network around those pentacles, right? So it might be that you need to rethink some structures, like with whom you're working with, like is it working out, is it not working out, whatever. So this is all gonna play into that. Like you are changing up the structures that make up your Ten of Pentacles, right? So your impatience is kind of pushing you towards this, but so it's a good impulse at first, right? for like you getting things going and rectifying things. But however, if you stand like in that impatience, if you hang in that impatience, it's going to create friction, right? So you need to balance that out. In the spot of the 3, there's that lesson. What you gain from that is that Mother of Cups. That is cool, right? The Mother of Cups is love, right? That is you being balanced in your emotions, right? And the idea of like, wanting to be nurturing, yes, but I get a strong sense that it's tied to someone helping you, balancing yourself out. That mother right here, it can actually be a mother, right? It can be someone in your life that takes a rather passive role in the way that you are trying to manifest and control things here, and your impatience, whatever. And that Mother of Cups, she holds space for that impatience, right? And she is like very open, holds space for vulnerability and whatever, and that is you growing into being that Mother of Wands. Whether or not that's a person in your life, you are growing into becoming that Mother of Wands, and that is unconditional love for yourself and for the people in your life, right? Which doesn't exactly have to mean that you have to like deal with everything that comes right here. It's like you don't have to, if structures are not working, you don't have to stick with them, right? But you can let them go in a loving way, right? So the Mother of Cups, she is very, very much on top of her feelings, right? Very interesting. Moving into that challenge role right here, where the 4 and the 5 are surrounding the 9, right? That is like the tree of lifey DNA spread kind of deal. So surrounding the 9, which is here a 2 of Wands, there's a Mother of Swords and a Magician. That is very interesting. So it's the dreamer and the one that doesn't dare to dream, right? So like that Mother of Swords to me is always like it feels to me like a Trümmerfrau, you know, the post-war mothers that had to rebuild the country, right? Doing their duty and like dealing with what they got and like sticking to their, like, yeah, well, they had to work with what they got, but they're not exactly the most flexible in dreaming up how the world can be, right? Because when you deal with what you got, like, you're a so-called realist, right? But that's not exactly opening you up to making your dreams a reality. But it somehow works together, right? Because making a dream a reality, you got to work with what you got in your reality to build a base for that. So it's both, right? But it's kind of antagonistic and kind of needs to be balanced right here. But there's a magician, and the Mother of Swords, like, she is very fucking intelligent, right? The Mother of Swords is a very, very capable energy, a very capable character. Which, yeah, no, I kind of get the sense that it's you. I mean, like, coming from the 4 of Pentacles into that Mother of Swords is like trying to make sound decisions here, right? Because you're actually dreaming. Because there is that magician energy, and it creates a kind of friction between the two, but they're trying to work together here. So that's very beautiful. Just make sure they're balanced. Coming into manifestation, there is a Chariot that is a Cancer energy, but I get that's you. That's your determination to make shit work, right? And it's very much the temperance in balance. So if you're like impatient now, you're moving then this impatience, becoming the magician, the dreamer, daring to dream, like daring to revamp its reality, and then becoming a Chariot, which a Chariot it's a very powerful energy, but it's not exactly moving. It depicts a horse, but in every other deck, that horse that is pulling the Chariot is standing still. In some, it doesn't even have wheels. So the Chariot is, it is a very, very powerful energy. Right? The Cancer is also a very powerful sign in a sense that it is like the Freemasons believe it to be like the opening of not the wheel, but like where basically God shines through in a sense. But so it makes sense that it's like the core of the emotional receptiveness. And that's what I was going for here. It's very receptive, strong-willed, right? So that patience coming up here in the Chariot in a form of determination that is incorporating both stillness and that visionary look into the future, which is very, very beautiful. You coming from the Temperance in reverse through the Magician into the Chariot. On the other hand, your structures in reverse, right? The Four of Pentacles in reverse, coming to a Mother of Swords, which is like, okay, we just got to do what we got to do, right? And we got to do it right, right? Right. So this is moving into an Eight of Cups in reverse. Whereas like you can, you know, flip it how you want it. If it doesn't feel right, it is not right. And it might be tough to walk away from it. But you are determined to do so, because on the other side there's the Chariot, and the Chariot knows what he wants to manifest, and what needs to happen for that, and so that is balancing out that Eight of Cups in reverse, and it seems manifesting this Father of Wands in reverse. It seems more and more that this could be a person, a situation, or a person that, you know, represents a situation you don't want to deal with anymore, right? So someone that is too much in their fields, where you're just like, yeah, I get that, I hold space for that, blah, 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 but it's actually not what I need right now. What I need is like a stable structure from like on which I can build, right? Something like that Mother of Cups, unconditional love right here, and that Father of Cups right here, that is reversed, is like, yeah, I know you mean well, but it's not what I need right now, right? And it's like, that is something, like a realization about where this emotional maturity is lacking right now. So the stability is missing that it's supposed to be providing. In the spot of the 6, there's a Devil in reverse, which is also you moving away from toxic shit, right? So the Chariot is bookending all of this. The Chariot is your determination to not put up with shit that costs you energy, because you realize it's toxic for you. And that is like basically the pea under the pillow, right? Which always like bugs you when thinking about this Ten of Pentacles. Like, this is a very, very beautiful energy that you're in here, right? There's love, right? There's manifestation and the will to move forward, and the Mother of Swords, she knows where she wants to go, what she needs to do to get there. All that stuff is in place. But there's an Eight of Cups in reverse, where you realize actually holding on to that which causes me pain is fucking toxic for me. So how do I deal with this Father of Cups energy that is a little out of whack? It feels like the missing piece in whatever you're trying to manifest, whether it's like a relationship that is supposed to last, supposed to feel stable, or it's a job, a project that you need to get off the ground or whatever, or that is always like wacky, where you don't know where it's at and blah, blah, blah. Or it's the total package, it's both. Whatever it is, the emotions that are linked to it need to feel stable for you to be able to feel secure in that, right? To flip that Ten of Pentacles around. So whatever it is, if it if it feels off, and that devil says it feels off from time to time or constantly, where you're just like, always trying to keep your cool, trying to stay focused, and like get them going and whatever, right? Get this shit rolling, get the chariot off his ass and stuff like that, where you're always like pushing forward. You realize actually that your emotional needs are not met to the extent that you can feel home in your Ten of Pentacles, and you need to do something about that. Now, I'm never like telling someone to just like cut all their social ties and fuck them and like, move along towards the sunset. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is there are emotional needs that are not met, and they need to be addressed or they become really fucking toxic. And that is basically the reason why you don't feel at home in the home you built for yourself right here, whatever, like in that long-term happiness, stability that you're trying to manifest, and that you're very much on already. Like the Magician is there, the Chariot is there. It's like, it seems like you're in the middle of it. It's not that you're manifesting something new. You're trying to make it work here, and you're trying to keep it straight. And but there's someone involved or something involved that is not exactly mature with how they deal with their emotions. Imagine, like for example, like a co-worker that is like has some bullshit on their plate, and that's why they're not focused, but you need them to be focused or whatever, stuff like that. So it's all showing in that in those cards, and where you're like asked to put in structures that not even like you're trying to put in the structures, but it seems like the emotions are fucking with them. So this Two of Wands in reverse is some realization about the way this is going, right? And actually, like Two of Wands in reverse can mean so many things, but it's you trying to get something you want to create to the next level, and it's delayed. And well, patience is not exactly your strong suit, as we realize from the Spot and the One. So what are you doing with this? Yeah, well, you're making a decision to not put up with the toxic shit anymore. You're very determined to do so, and that is very beautiful, right? So, well, whatever it is that you're trying to make work here, you are very determined to make it work, but you know that something that if it stays as it is, it's going to become really toxic. So you're moving out of that toxicity, which is both, right? Them and you. It's always both, right? So it's always the way, well, the way people react to you implies always the way you react to them reacting to you, and yada yada yada, right? So it's always like a back and forth thing. So if it bugs you, either walk away from it or change it, or at the very least address this motherfucker here, right? At the very least, it's like, if you can't hold your liquor, if you can't manage your emotions, can't manage your cups, then we have to do this differently, right? Like quit it or put in different structures, like whatever, but at least fucking talk about it. And not just talk about the structure, but talk about why this emotion is so repressed and why this is toxic. Talk about your emotions, why you're not feeling, why you might feel love with the Mother of Cups, whatever. It doesn't have to tie into that, but you have that emotional backbone. That's cool. Like there is love in there that gives you the ability to be in that Magician energy and in the Chariot and all that stuff. So you have that backing, right? But something about this is hurting you and hurting you constantly, and you have to rethink that, right? Because that's the only thing missing on your way to your Ten of Pentacles, is to get that straight, right? Whatever it is, I'm not telling you to just like drop it, but but you have to revisit that, right? You have to deal with emotions that are not exactly being dealt with, or when they come up, they're like a little devious and toxic, and that is exactly what you decided against. So that is very beautiful. Like, I don't want to scare you off here. It's a very beautiful reading. You got a lot of pivotal cards in all the right places. I mean, the Mother of Cups is one of the love cards in the deck, right? The Magician is exactly what you want to see when you're having a tarot reading. It's like, yeah, I'm manifesting my dream life here, right? The Chariot is a beautiful card for pulling forward. And the Devil is in reverse. So it's not that you're struggling with the devil. It's more that you're having a realization about something being really bad for your health, like mental or physical. And that is what you're dealing with right now. And what you're manifesting is to flip that Father of Cups around. It's like to realize something about these emotional needs not being met, or someone not being able to live up or to manage their own emotions, and that is kind of threatening your stability in this, right? So of course you don't know yet which direction this is going to go, but you at least have to address that this emotionality is threatening what you are trying to build or what you already built, right? So yeah, it's a very beautiful energy, because I very much get that apart from your impatience, which is like kind of understanding when you like have a Ten of Cups and a Ten of Pentacles, a Four of Pentacles in reverse. Apart from your impatience, despite that, this is a very mature and beautiful energy that you're moving through here, right? Very mature and yeah, optimistic also, right? So what you're manifesting is just basically clearing out that bullshit that stands in the way, right here, with the Eight of Cups in reverse and that Father of Cups. Just like, so the Father of Cups is like a character that is very progressively making their feelings known. So if the Father of Cups is in reverse, it's either not progressively making their feelings known, or making their feelings, or when they do make their feelings known, it's going to do so in a very impulsive manner, and almost like, you know, like bam, yeah, and you never do this, and blah 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 blah. So there's that friction, right? And make sure you deal with that friction in a mature way, and not just reflecting that energy back, right? But realize that if it's toxic, you need to let it go, work on structures that prevent that friction or whatever, right? Take it serious, because there's a Devil in reverse, so you're taking it serious, you're moving out of that. And the funny thing, the Devil in reverse is like working with that Mother of Cups here in a flux. So the 3 and a 6, the Mother of Cups and the Devil in reverse are basically balancing each other out right here. That is very beautiful. So there is a love to get you out of that shithole. That is cool. And all in all, you're in a very beautiful energy of manifesting some beautiful, beautiful things in your reality. Just taking care of that Eight of Cups here. So Pisces, if that resonated with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe, give me some feedback. Love to hear from you. And yeah, enjoy this, because it seems like it just inches away from this, whatever you built, feeling really good, because it's there already. Now the payoff is going to come, but for that payoff, just those few pins, right? And you're good to go. Thank you, Pisces. I love you.